Welcome to Beards and Buckets. My name is Teebathan. No, it's Teebs. Just kidding.
Teebathan. And I'm Mikeathan.
Mike. And welcome-athin to the. It's like what is it? You know, LeBron is la crazy for like it's everything's la this, la that.
It's like the fucking rock bottom episode of SpongeBob.
So how are we doing today?
Oh, we're chilling.
It's been a minute.
It has.
More than a minute, more like an hour, but
yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah, but we're back,
ready to get into it.
NBA playoffs are like a rock throw away. Actually, the play-in's actually like less than an hour from now.
Yeah.
So we'll probably catch the Hawks and Magic game to see who we're gonna try to obliterate in the first round.
I am gonna be sleep deprived tomorrow morning.
Tell me about it. I probably got like 2 hours of sleep last night. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know how I'm sitting here right now. So
I'm opening tomorrow. I gotta get in for 7:30, so I gotta be up for like 5:45, and I am watching Warriors Grizzlies.
Oh, 100%. I'll have that. Whether I'm awake or not is a story. It'll be on the TV.
I'll probably pass out halfway through the third quarter
and wake up to see that the Warriors won by like freaking 30 or.
All right. Well, we'll get into the predictions. Yeah. I was about to respond. Then I'm like, hold up, Mike. Hold yourself back.
Let's start out in the East, because I feel like East is always easier to talk about. I feel like, especially during the East, especially with the play-in, it wasn't very competitive this year. With like the 10 seed is who? It's
Miami.
Yeah, and what are they? They're like 10 games into 500. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not even.
It was like something like it was a stupid thing like that.
Check. The Miami Heat were 8 games under 5.
Okay, that's
so close. Yeah,
close. That's what I mean though. Is like, and you look out west, the playing teams have like winning records. So like, it's a totally different conference. But so the first play-in game.
Do you want to talk about the 8 or the 9 game first?
We'll go the 8. We'll go the 8 game.
8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is Hawks and Magic.
Yeah, Hawks Magic.
All right. So, who do you think's taking that one, and who's playing the Celtics?
So this one's like a little bit of a struggle, because I honestly don't feel like these teams are like poorly matched in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
And I do feel like the Magic are the better team, but I also feel like Trae Young can be the best player.
Trae Young, and I was talking about this with a coworker yesterday, is criminally underrated in this league.
He is. He is. I mean, like, it's not that long ago. Like, wasn't it like 20... What year was it? He took them to a conference finals not that long ago.
Yeah, that was... What year was that? Was that like closer to COVID?
It might have been like 2021.
Yeah, that was like probably like post bubble, like right after the bubble. The La Bubble Guppy La Championship.
Oh, Guppies! It was 2021. 2021 they made the conference.
You know, like I totally like forgot that like happened. Wait, that's how long ago it feels.
And it's like, I don't know. I just feel like for whatever reason... Oh, actually, sorry. It's the 7 seed matchup is what we're talking about. They're playing for the 7 seed.
You're playing for the 7 seed, yeah, but I see what you mean.
And then the loser has to play for the 8 seed.
That is a nice thing. At least if you lose, you have another chance. Which I like, which is like deserving.
Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, I want to say the Hawks.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like the Magic are a better team, I feel like the Hawks are going to figure it out. And maybe they want Boston instead of Cleveland, where I feel like Atlanta plays Boston really well.
Yep, I agree.
The game we went to, we got to watch Onyeka Okongwu hit the
tip-in
game winner.
Onyeka Okongwu. Fucking.
That was the in-season tournament, right?
That it was.
Yeah.
Because the Celtics cannot win the fucking in-season tournament, say the lies. You know, it's because we don't have Darvin Ham as our coach.
Yeah.
That's exactly why. Fucking, but anyways.
We're worried about the marathon, not the sprint.
Exactly. But yeah, I definitely, I could see either one winning. I really think the Magic win this game. specifically because they are a far better defensive team, especially where the Hawks lost DeAndre Hunter, so your defensive ability went
fair
down a ton.
That is very fair.
Also, I don't know, it's killing me. I would rather play Atlanta because they don't have DeJounte Murray anymore. If they still had DeJounte Murray, my answer would be different. But I truly think the Magic are a far better defensive team, and they made some noise in the playoffs last year. So they deserve to be in the playoffs.
Oh,
and
for sure.
I think they end up playing us, and I'm going to say it right now. This is my hot take. I don't think the Celtics sweep either one of these teams. I'm just going to say it. I think we lose at least one game.
I'll be real with you. I don't even know that. At least to me, that's not a hot take. Some people might look at you and say that's crazy.
Should we sweep them? Absolutely, with the team we have, but we probably won't.
I think the Celtics should sweep the Hawks. I don't know as much about Orlando, but we'll get into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Once we're discussing, when we're talking first round, I'll talk about it from a Hawks Celtics perspective.
Yep.
And, you can do Magic. Celtics.
So what would be the other East matchup? It's Heat and
Chicago.
Oh, freaking booty bowl.
Chicago. The booty bowl.
Neither of these teams want to be here. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Hey, Chicago wants to be there. The city doesn't want to.
No, the city of Chicago
doesn't
be
there right now. Unless you're Kenny Beecham's dad. Shout out to him, ride or die. With the Chicago Bulls.
Honestly, I hope the Bulls win. That would be pretty cool.
I would like to see that too. And frankly, I feel like the Bulls have a little bit of momentum.
Yep.
And I think it'll definitely be a close game.
This is a game of two, I would say, lost franchises. And with the season the Heat have had, I would make the argument the Heat are more lost than the Bulls right now.
I would too.
Yeah, because I know the Bulls haven't even traded a bag of potato chips in the last 5 years. They've done nothing other than get Zach LaVine out of there and his 8 years of service. Because that's all it is fucking service. That's a Kenny Beecham quote. But Miami, finally getting rid of the Jimmy Butler drama, and all of a sudden this guy that every year, as long as you make the play-in, we could go on a finals run. He completely changed the narrative. Now that guy's gone, so it's even if you do make the playoffs, what's the point?
And now he's in the play-in for another team.
And they've been so freaking good since they got him. So there's some people that actually have the Warriors going to the finals, which I think is insane personally. But
hey, I mean, one person's done it before, and it's been Jimmy. But
it's been Jimmy. That's it. Yep. So my pick for this series, I'm gonna go Chicago. I think just because they don't have much else going for them, so maybe they grab a play-in win to kind of make the fans a little excited, and like you said, they have the momentum, I think. So, yeah.
I really, really want to pick the Chicago Bulls for this game.
Yeah.
But it's and it's completely possible that it happens.
Yep.
But it's I don't know, man. The Heat are just... I agree with you about the fact that they're a lost franchise, it feels like right now.
Oh, yeah.
The team was it was built around Jimmy Butler, and you just took Jimmy Butler away.
It's every playoff run or play-in run, you just grab Jimmy Butler by the horns and you just go for a fucking ride. That's essentially what they've done in the last 4 years.
Exactly. And it's as much of a Jaime Jaquez fan as I am, he's not replacing Jimmy Butler.
Right, yeah.
And I like the pieces they have. I think their core is better than Chicago, but I feel like Chicago just has the momentum. They've got Giddey, who's been on a heater. I don't know necessarily to end the season that he's been on a heater, but in general, he's picked up his play since joining Chicago.
Right.
They have Kobe White, who can give you 25, 30 any given night.
And then he can give you 5 points any given night, too. That's Kobe White for you.
His name is Alec.
What?
His first name is Alec.
I feel like I've been lied.
So there's this girl, I'm blanking on her name. She's higher up in the realm of basketball social media than we are, but she like interviews NBA players' girlfriends or like wives.
That's interesting.
And she does this little thing where she figures out how much they know. And so she asked her, obviously, like, what's your boyfriend's name?
Yeah.
And she's like, Alec Jacoby White.
Everyone's like, who?
Alec Jacoby White. Kobe isn't even his name.
They should interview Jamal Murray's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'd have some questions for her. It's nothing in particular, but
yeah. So how was pre-bubble?
There were some bubbles, but anyways, let's.
But it just feels right to say Chicago.
Yeah,
well, so I'm gonna say it.
This might be a stretch, but I feel like whereas the Heat have, I don't want to say like everything to lose, it's because everyone expects them to win. No one expects the Bulls to win.
Yeah.
So I don't think they have that added pressure, and that's why they win this playing game. And honestly, we're probably glazing the Bulls too much. We're gonna watch them lose by 30. We're gonna be like, all right, well, fucking like that's what happened last year. I picked the Bulls. They got fucking destroyed, dude. It's like, but yeah, shout out Chicago, man. The Windy City.
Chicago.
God. All right, who's fucking next?
So
on the West,
I'm assuming I'd have the Magic beating the Bulls. I'm assuming you'd have the Hawks beating the Bulls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of? You don't think the Bulls make playoffs?
I think that's a lot more straightforward than the 9-10 matchup.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the Bulls glazing unfortunately is over.
Okay. Let's do the West.
Now we can do the West.
Yeah. So who's up first? I guess it'd be the Warrior game, right?
Yep, Warriors Grizzlies.
Okay. Dude, honestly, this one's tough for me because the Warriors have been so good since the All-Star break, but man, a healthy Grizzly team, dude. As much as I really love Ja Morant, even though he's a moron that keeps getting fined and blasting finger fucking guns like an idiot. But fucking
throw the grenade.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like
I need him. Sorry, I need him in this playing game. I'll just outright say it. I have the Warriors winning this game.
Yeah,
but I would love it if this motherfucker hit a game-winning 3, got down on the ground, and did the freaking sniper. It would be the biggest middle finger to the league. It would be so funny.
He's on his chair like fucking Adam Silver's punching air right now.
Yeah, Adam Silver's like playing a game of checkers. He fucking throws the board up. He's like,
"What does this motherfucker not get?
I can't take this." Guns in my league?
I can't. Sports betting, we'll talk about. But we're gonna. But fake guns, no, that's a no.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But as you were saying,
what the hell was it? Okay, so
something about the Grizzlies being.
I love the Grizzlies. I love Ja Morant, which is why my biased opinion is why I want to pick them. But just the stats don't lie with the Warriors. I really don't think that's the rest of the season they've had comes to an end like this. So that's why I'm picking the Warriors. I think they deserve a playoff spot to kind of show what they're made of. I truly do not think they're going to the finals, but I think they will make some noise, maybe even win a series, and then we'll be like, okay, now they kind of know what they've got going into next year. So, yeah, I'm going with the Warriors, and I'm sure you are too. You said so.
Yeah, the Grizzlies just fired their coach.
What was? Yeah, like what the fuck? I'm so random.
Yeah, it's like. Well, apparently it's because Ja didn't like the way he was being utilized, and something along those lines, and so they fired him.
Yeah.
But
okay,
it's the combination of the Grizzlies just firing their head coach and the Warriors just having been an incredible basketball team since Jimmy Butler joined them.
Yeah.
That the Warriors are not 7 seed bad. If they...
We're not 2-26 bad.
Like, if they traded for Jimmy Butler a quarter of the way through the season instead of halfway through the season, they'd probably be where the Nuggets or the Lakers are right now in a 3-4 seed. So I can't in good conscience in good conscience vote against them here. I have
Memphis was playing any other person in the play-in. I'm like 100%.
Who you got for Sacramento, Dallas?
You know, I gotta go Sacramento, simply just based off of injuries. Like, Dallas, the only reason they're in the play-in, even though they traded Luka away, you know, that guy's all right, but whatever, you know. Like, the only reason they're in the play-in is because they're fucking injured. That's at the end of the day. If they were healthy, they'd be a middle of the pack team. I think they would 100%. They'd be like 5-6 seed maybe. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's hard to say in this Western Conference because it feels like outside of the Oklahoma City Thunder, every team is like equally as good.
Yeah, right. No, I agree. The play-in picture is so close, but like I truly think they are one of the better teams healthy. Even with an older Kyrie and AD, it's like that's still gonna get you.
Kyrie, AD, you'd be able to utilize Clay a little better if you have Kyrie on ball.
I still think could be a top 5 team in the West. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, but again, injuries and Sacramento. You know, exciting team to watch with the addition of Zach LaVine. He's been pretty good for them. I think they get the win here. I think they light the beam.
I do too.
Yeah. So
too.
Yeah. So
they got Sabonis, they got Monk, freaking DeMar.
Keanu, yeah.
I got DeMar now.
They got Valanciunas, man. He's been pretty good. Your doppelganger with the beard.
I mean, I'll be real. I haven't watched much Sacramento this year. I mean, everyone just heard me. I low key will forget sometimes that DeMar is even on the Kings.
No, for real though.
They have the names. They have. I don't know how healthy their roster is. I'm presuming health. But Dallas is sort of in shambles right now, and I would be shocked if AD alone beats a Kings team, which I do think is pretty good. Warriors would be the 7 seed, and then Sacramento would be playing Memphis.
Okay. I was like, this is no way.
Yeah.
It's like, Sacramento would be playing Memphis. Okay. Well, in which case, I think the Grizzlies would definitely make the playoffs.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's an outside chance Sacramento could just like out-talent them for a game.
It's possible. Yeah.
But I would like their best player is Sabonis, and the Grizzlies have Jaren Jackson Jr.
And when Ja's on, man, he's fucking on, dude. So he is hard to stop.
What's he fucking on?
He's fucking on? I don't know.
He's fucking on the Sacramento Kings.
Staple. Oh, sorry. That's Ime Udoka. But anyways.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, well, we'll get to Ime. We'll get to Ime when we talk about the 2-7.
Oh, right. Okay.
2-7 matchup. But, yeah, so right now, do we want to go back to the East? Because we sort of got...
Yeah, let's swap back to the East, and then we can start with, like, the 1-8.
You want to start 1-8?
Yeah.
It's not... Because I would have them playing Orlando. You would have them playing Atlanta.
Yeah, well, let's just fully agree
okay.
The Cavs would be either one.
The Cavs are much better than either of those teams.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd be slightly worried about for Cleveland is just how well Orlando played them in their previous series.
I would give Orlando a game, honestly.
Yeah, like I don't think it'll be a sweep, but also Cleveland is a much, much better team than they were last year.
Yeah.
So even though like Orlando gave them a bit of a tough time last year, I expect them to win this pretty handedly.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe that's an easy one.
Yeah, I mean, as for... We can just rattle off both possibilities. I think they spank the Hawks. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any possibility that Atlanta would.
Man, I gotta tell you though, would I kill in some world for a Hawks and Knicks series to see Trae Young fucking try to spank the Knicks?
That would be pretty.
He's got that like personal beef.
Dude. He does.
Will you see where he was at MSG and they were booing him in the post game interview? He was like, "Boo! Take y'all asses home."
Man, it's a shame that those Hawks teams haven't been better because he really does bring like an energy to him that's fun.
I mean, I think you could make the argument he's the best playmaker in basketball. I mean, he's been so good.
Argument.
Yeah, you can make.
Yeah, you can make the
three.
argument.
Top 3.
You can make the argument.
Who would you say?
I'm just trying to think because like
Halliburton, I could say.
Halliburton. I mean, James Harden is James Harden.
James Harden.
But that's my bias.
That's your bias.
Talking. But yeah, Atlanta's not getting by Cleveland, nor is Orlando. And I would say the same thing about either of them playing the Celtics. So I think the Celtics win either series. I think the Hawks could take them like 6. The only reason I say that is just because they seemingly have the Celtics number. I also think small, shifty guards, for whatever reason, seem to give the Celtics problems from time to time.
Yeah.
I mean, don't
understand.
Watching Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland play against them is brutal, especially when they get Al on an island.
God.
So I could easily see Trey doing that for a game or 2.
Yeah.
Okongwu's big on the boards and could give Al problems as well. You'd need some big Luke Cornett minutes.
The corn star, man.
You'd need to have some size out there. But Orlando, I mean, it's not that I don't think they could take the Celtics 6. I just think
that's like best case scenario.
Yeah, that's best case scenario for them. For me, if they play Atlanta, it would be Celtics in 6. If they play Orlando, it would be Celtics in 5.
Yep.
Which I know, like, objectively makes no fucking sense because Orlando is a much better team than Atlanta. But it just feels like watching the Celtics play Atlanta, they have a harder time for whatever reason. I mean, what about you? What do you think with the Celtics matchup?
Well, I mean, I'm in full agreement, I would say. I mean, we were probably going to say the same thing anyways. Orlando or the Hawks for the Cavs or for the Celtics, I think could grab a game. That's like what I was basically going to say. So like grab a game against either team. It's like the general consensus is that the Cavs and Celtics are far superior to either one of these teams. Mm-hmm. Best case scenario, Magic take the Celtics to 6 and on fucking, I don't know, some other planet, they take the Cavs to 6 games. Like, yeah.
What do you think about the 3-6 New York Knicks versus Detroit Pistons?
You know, it's funny when I think the first episode we did like, if the playoffs started today, we were like, these would be the matchups, and the Knicks and the Pistons were one of them. And it's funny, it kind of ended up staying that way. I think I'll just reiterate kind of what we said, which is Pistons are just happy to be here. You know, they haven't been in the playoffs for so long, and it's just that's an accomplishment in itself. I think the Knicks, where they have the Knicks have, you know, their faults like any team, but I just think they're so much better than the Pistons. You know, Cade's only going to do so much for you. The rest of the team, you know, you don't have many other weapons. Malik Beasley can give you a good game. Tobias Harris, same thing. Duren's not bad, but Cat, Brunson, Hart, you know, Anunoby, Bridges, like it's just a much better team.
I agree. It's the Knicks series to lose.
That's exactly it. Yeah, and not to say the Pistons aren't capable of like doing some crazy upset, which yeah, they're that type of team. But
I do think they definitely they have the potential to come in and like not out tough the Knicks, but like play with an aggression that the Knicks won't be able to keep up with throughout the whole game, because Tibbs famously likes to run his players into the ground.
Like, what is that about, dude?
So if you're playing them really aggressive from the onset over the course of a 7-game series, and these guys are all playing 40 minutes a night, plus,
I basically just like a stamina race. You know? It's
like I think the Pistons are good enough that if they do that, they can give the Knicks some serious problems, but I don't think they can do it enough for the Knicks to lose the series.
I mean, I can see a world where you're like, you're watching that series. I can see a world where you're watching that series and it's like, oh, it's a 2-2 series for whatever reason. You're like, right? It's like the Knicks might choke this one away. It's like, not to say they will, but the Pistons have been doing that all year long, where they just beaten teams they really weren't supposed to beat.
But like, I would not at all be shocked, for the Pistons to just come out and kick the Knicks' ass in game 1.
Yeah, seriously.
And then the Knicks adjust quickly.
Right.
But
I think we both got the Knicks in this series.
I've got the Knicks.
It's an easy one, I'd say.
And the final first-round series would be
4-5.
The 4-5, which is Indiana-Milwaukee.
See, I love the 4-5 matchup the most. It's probably the playoff matchup every year that I'm like most invested in, just because it's usually so evenly matched. And in this case, it definitely would be.
The rivalry too.
Yeah,
I feel like this is one of the few like actual rivalries.
I know,
like
right?
There's some heat between these teams.
The Pacers, they made a conference finals run last year, and that was even without Halliburton too. He was injured, and it's like they played really well. But man, I'm so mad Dame's not gonna be playing, dude. If Dame was playing, it would be like a lock for me. Either team can win, but the Bucks have arguably the best player on planet Earth. Like, you know what I mean? I just can't pick against that in round 1. I don't see Giannis getting his ass handed to him in round 1 for that reason. I think he will do enough to get past a Pacer team that is pretty lackluster on the defensive end. So,
yeah, I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
the Bucks undoubtedly have the best player in the series. That's
the thing about the Bucks too, is like every series they play, they have the best player in the series 9 times out of 10.
I can't look past like the Pacers as a unit.
Oh yeah.
And just like, especially watching them in the playoffs last year play the Celtics as tough as they played them. And it was like they won in like, what was it, 5, the Celtics in that series? Or no, they swept.
Or the Celtics swept Pacers.
Yeah, they swept.
Yeah.
But each of
they almost won game 1.
Yeah. It felt like each of those games was within a possession.
Yeah.
And
that's how Pacers are.
They played the Celtics so freaking tough last year. And I feel like this year in the playoffs, with a healthy Halliburton, I think, and with the fuel of playing against the Bucks, because Halliburton talks his shit versus the Bucks.
Yeah, he does.
He really talks his shit
in like 6 different voices.
But he gets up to play the Bucks. Pause. But I think Halliburton's gonna have a good series, and each of the games will be competitive. But I'd give this to Indiana in 6 or 7 games. I'll say 6.
If any series is gonna be 7 games, you could definitely say it's this one. There is a series out west that we will get to, and I will say which one that is. I think could go 7 games as well. But yeah, I think this is a 7-game series coming down to the wire. You know, both teams have just been battling back and forth, and it's literally just anyone's to win. So, and at the end of the day, the Bucks have Doc Rivers as their coach, so it wouldn't surprise me if they were.
Darvin Ham is the assistant.
The Doc Ham duo.
Oh, that freaking
salute.
Give them a dynamic duo card in freaking 2K, man.
Dear God.
The West,
1v8.
We're doing the 1-8. So are we slotting? I guess I'll talk about it from.
Well, we were in agreement, right? Of like who would come.
Oh, you chose the Warriors win the 7 game.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking
chose the Warriors.
Yeah, I was thinking you had chose the Grizzlies. So yeah, Thunder Grizzlies, right?
Mm-hmm. You know,
but it's the fucking Thunder. It's the fucking Thunder, dude.
I don't know, man.
Like, listen, Ja's really good, everything he can do outside of dunk.
Keep shouting out my glorious king.
Everything that Ja Morant can do that isn't dunking. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander
Curry can do, Ja Morant can do better.
But like Shai's just a far better player, in my opinion, than Ja.
Yeah.
As fun as Ja is to watch,
Yep.
to me it's not really a comparison between the two. And Shai also has the much better supporting cast. The only way I think the Grizzlies can even make this competitive and even try to give the Thunder a hard time, and this will be a theme throughout as we discuss the playoffs, depending on the matchups, but you have to use size against them.
Yeah.
Because,
you gotta earn it with meat.
Yeah, you have to, like Porzingis says, you gotta earn some baskets with meat. But, because and it's not even a weak spot.
Yeah.
It's like Chet's a good defender, but it's like the only chance you have is to just beat them down low as much as you can. And I know, like, Hartenstein's there, so.
Yeah.
But
my take on this series is I don't think the Grizzlies win this series, but if they were to somehow make this 6 games or something, let's just say, or even on some other planet 7 games, I think the X factor for the Grizzlies is you need like Desmond Bane or Jaren Jackson or somebody to just be on along with Ja Morant.
You need someone else to pick up.
The Thunder are like, because Shai will give you 35. Then Jalen Williams would be pushing 30. You know what I mean? Frickin' Lou Dort can give you they just have so many weapons. Someone else has to be helping with the heavy lifting. It can't just be Ja Morant. Like,
they got the Thunder got the defense too, man.
Yeah.
It's like
at every position.
You got fucking Lou Dort and Caruso.
Caruso was like such a chess move.
And J-Dog. It's like they'll put the fucking clamps on you. They're what did they win? Fucking 65 games?
Thunder, yeah, that's what they ended up with.
Yeah, it's like they won that many games for a reason. But I honestly would not at all be shocked if the Thunder swept.
I wouldn't either. You know what? Just because I have such respect for Ja Morant and the Grizzlies, I'm giving them a game. But like the Thunder might have like a game where it's like it's close and the Grizzlies get like a game winner or something, and that's it. Like cricket.
On to Ime Udoka.
Yes. All right. The stroke job.
The Houston Rockets in the 2-7 game, and this would be against the Golden State Warriors based on our prediction. And this is where I really think this is interesting.
Oh my! I didn't even think about that. Okay. Yeah, this is very realistic. Wow. It's like the Rockets have been such a like dark horse of a team all year.
They have.
Like they've been so athletic. Like it's a young team, it's newly coached, new players, and they're only gonna get better. But you know, at the end of the day, they've not been in this position before, and they probably don't know what the hell to do with it. You know what I mean? So it's like
this is the worst possible draw.
Yeah.
The Houston Rockets could get if they end up playing the Golden State Warriors.
You have this Rockets team with like no momentum, and then you have this Warriors team that's riding all kinds of momentum, which is why I honestly would probably pick the Warriors, as insane as it sounds. But
I also have to choose the Warriors in that series. As good as the Rockets have been, all of their stars are young. And
veteran presence matters at the end of the day.
It does. And I mean, like, obviously they have Van Vliet. He's won a title.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. It's like you have Jalen Green, Şengün, Thompson, and freaking Dylan Brooks. Like, I'm not going to trust Dylan Brooks as much. Like, I do like him as a player, but it's like all of the players the Houston Rockets need to rely on to win a playoff series are very, very young players.
Okay.
I just don't think against a team that's won 4 titles already. I mean, with Curry and Draymond, not everyone else, but with 2 star players who have that much championship level experience, and then you have a guy in Butler who's still a very high level player, has been to a couple of finals. Those guys are not going to let themselves lose in the first round
To a bunch of children.
to a bunch of young upstarts.
With the exception of, like, Van Fleet. Like,
Yeah. And so it's like, as good of a story as the Houston Rockets are, they aren't ready yet. And, like, if they were playing any other team, like, I would have them beating Memphis. Mm-hmm. I would have them beating either Sacramento or, well, they wouldn't get the chance to play. But I'd have them beating Memphis. The Warriors are just the worst possible matchup for them. So they've really got to hope that Memphis wins. Memphis wins tonight. Because if they do, I can see them making the second round.
If Memphis wins, we might be looking at an entirely different bracket.
Yeah, because, like, Memphis, they've been in playoff series, but they don't really have the playoff experience that I could say, yeah, they're just gonna out experience you. They've been here before you haven't.
Yeah.
I don't think the Grizzlies have really done it enough that you can say that with them playing against the Rockets. The Warriors, you can.
Yep.
The Warriors have everything you need. Like, if the Warriors made the conference finals or even the finals, I would not be, like, utterly baffled.
I wouldn't either. By no means.
But
it's the NBA. That's how today's NBA has been now.
Yeah. Especially with how, like, the West, yes, it's super competitive, but that also makes it more wide open.
Yeah.
Where, like, it's pretty set in stone in the East. The Celtics and the Cavs are the 2 teams that everyone expects to be in the conference finals.
I really feel like the West, we're going to see a team that no one's expecting come out of the West this year.
I think it's going to be the Thunder and a team that no one expected to be there.
Like the Clippers. You never know.
But, yeah, so we both got Warriors in that 2-7 matchup. Next would be the 3-6 Lakers-Wolves.
Oh, so earlier I said I could see Pacers-Bucks going 7. This is a series I can also see going 7. Is it does it feel? It feels wrong to pick Minnesota. Like, it does. It really does. But I'm just gonna say it. Size matters. Size fucking matters in basketball, man. Okay. I understand you got LeBron and you got Luka, and yes, they very easily could win this series. But I really think, man, when Ant is on and Randall, listen, he doesn't have the greatest playoff resume, I understand. But he could, Oh,
I know. I fucking know.
But he could surprise us. He's been pretty good since he came back from injury. So, like I said, rebounding, I think this series ultimately comes down to the boards. And in terms of a rebounding team, I'm giving it to Minnesota, dude. Gobert, Randall, McDaniels, fucking, Ant when he's on. Mike Conley, great facilitator, running the offense.
Some Mike Conley, man. And me some Mike Conley.
They were in the conference finals last year. I mean, I have to pick them, man. If the Lakers picked up any sort of a reliable center, my answer would be different.
I feel you. I feel you on that.
Today's kids don't know about prime Mike Conley.
Seriously, man. Those grit and grind Grizzlies.
Yeah. And big boy Zach Randolph.
Fucking love some Mike Conley, man. Quality point guard.
Yep.
He's been doing it forever. I hear what you're saying about...
See, whenever he goes, I hear what you're saying. I'm like, oh, all right, well, I know who he's picking.
Yeah. Like, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
With, like, the whole outsizing them. Size matters deal.
Size fucking matters, man. I'm telling you.
I trust LeBron and Luka and Reeves are gonna be able to put the ball in the hoop.
Oh yeah,
consistently 100%. Over a series. I can't say the same for the Timberwolves as a unit, you know.
But
Edwards is gonna put the ball in the fucking hoop.
That's what I'm saying. So
Randall, I can't. I just can't do it. I can't trust him. I can't put my faith.
You know what? I'm gonna be a Randall believer in this playoff run. Okay.
I hope you're right. I'd love to see him thrive. I just don't see.
My thing is, what team is better at creating more possessions for their team? It's the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves on the offensive glass are fucking loaded. Like, there.
That's actually going back a little bit. That's a point to be made for the Rockets as well.
Yeah.
They, especially when Steven Adams is on the fucking court,
yeah,
they rebound the ball well. Like, really damn well.
Steven Adams, man, dude. I think we tend to overlook Steven Adams' contributions to Russell Westbrook's MVP year, but
hey, Russ doesn't get all those boards if he's not boxing out. But yeah, I do have to go with the Lakers here. Anthony Edwards is gonna get the Timberwolves at least a game, if not two. If the rest of the team is playing well, I think they'll get 3. I agree that it could easily go 7. I don't see the Lakers losing this series.
Lakers in 5. Like all the songs say. Who else we got?
4-5. We got Denver versus LA Clippers.
Oh, that one would be, well, that is the matchup. So that one will be great. I gotta pick Denver, man. I just can't, as much as I want to say the Clippers, and I truly believe they can upset Denver. I believe it.
I gotta say Clippers, man.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
But dude, Jokic is Jokic, man.
Jokic is Jokic.
It's like he's done this before. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's incapable of losing a playoff series. He absolutely is, but like, he just has that playoff experience. He's got the ring. He
does.
I don't see him as a first round exit by any means. Because I'm a believer in the fact that the Nuggets could, as insane as it sounds, could go to the finals this year. Like, they're just one of those teams. They're well rounded. You know what I mean? Like, and they've been there before. They have relatively the same roster. You could even say it's better, you know?
This is another one of those. They fired their coach. And they're like, oh, we think this is gonna give the team momentum. I don't see how you can fire your coach
and still
3 games left in a season and make any sort of argument that you really think you're gonna win. And now whether they lose in the first round or the second, I don't have them making a finals. That would have been different had Mike Malone continued to coach and they had the continuity. I think like they'd have an outside chance of making a finals. I don't think Jokic is going to be able to do it alone. You'd need a big series out of a Jamal Murray. You'd need a big series out of
Michael swing the rock Porter.
Yeah. Or an Aaron Gordon. Like you need 1 or 2 of those guys to also be going.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you were talking about, like, he has the championships. He has the experience. He's the high-level player. Kawhi's been there, done that.
That he has. Well, I will say, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I would love to see the Clippers upset everybody. Like
they to me are the biggest dark horse. Not just in the West, but in the entire playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I think the LA Clippers have the potential to just fucking wreak havoc.
Oh, yeah.
Over the NBA playoffs. Especially, like, really all they need is for Kawhi to be Kawhi and for James Harden to turn back that clock a little bit.
Wish we could turn back
time. I would not be shocked to see them in the conference finals.
I would not either. Nobody talks about the fact that they were there at one point.
Yeah.
But it wasn't with James Harden, but it was Kawhi, Paul George, PG 13%, you know.
Well, wasn't one of them hurt?
I don't think. Might have been Paul George. Kawhi wasn't. Kawhi was healthy for that, I think.
Yeah, I think Paul George was hurt.
Yeah, I think it was.
I have the Clippers winning this. I'll say in 7. I think it's completely fair to think that this will go 7. I mean, Jokic, I think, gets them 2 games off just him being talented alone.
Just for him being successful in his side hustle, as he always is.
Yeah, he had his side hustle of being the best player in basketball.
Oh, I need to go home.
Yeah, I need to go home and watch my horses race. I think the playoffs are going to be a very, very interesting experience this year.
The NBA has become so unpredictable in terms of the playoffs, and I blame Jimmy Butler for that. But again, Jimmy Butler ruined my how I feel about, lock picks.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
He's screwed over the Bucks a few times, man.
I will never understand how he beat them in 5 games.
Yeah,
like
that
5 a game,
bro,
dude.
Turned into Michael Jordan. Like he went fucking Super Saiyan, I guess. My name is Jalen, and I'm a Super Saiyan. Like that was him. Except he actually did it.
Well, next time you hear from us, we'll be in the midst of the NBA playoff. How you say that? Mix, whatever.
We'll be giving reviews of the games at the end of each week, what series have been going on, how they've been going. Yeah, it's going to be real fun.
Clippers and Nuggets, I'm looking forward to them out.
Come on, Clips.
Old man Harden. Let's go.
I'll be wearing my Harden 9 Hellcats.
Whenever you get them.
Yeah, whenever I get them. Fucking Adidas sending me the wrong shoes, so I gotta send them back. And then they're gonna send me the right shoes.
Hopefully.
Yeah. If they send me the wrong shoes twice, I get a second pair.
And I'm driving to Mr. Adidas' house.
Yeah, if they send me a wrong pair the second time, I'm gonna DM James Harden personally.
No, you're gonna DM Mr. Adidas.
Yeah, Mr. Adidas.
Mr. Adidas. Adidas.
Adidas. How you doing, bro?
Adidas.
Yeah.
Well, let us know your playoff predictions down
Damn
below.
right.
Or play in as well.
Play in, play off, the whole bit.
The play in starts in 3 minutes, so
Yep.
we should probably go watch that.
Damn right.
Well, we'll see you guys later.
Peace.